This is just a short video on how to write a friendly letter. Your first step is to date the letter. Always begin your letter by dating it. This is typically done in the upper right-hand corner, but sometimes you'll see some differences online if you look it up. Some letter writers also put their address above the date, but in my experience, all the real friendly letters that I've received from family and friends do not have an address above there. So, kind of up to you. Step 2 is going to be a greeting. You always begin your letter by using a greeting, so that would be like saying hello to a person that you're writing to. A lot of times you'll see letters start with dear and the person's name. You could also say just hello, hi, or any other way that you might greet them or say hello. Also, make sure that your greeting always is followed by a comma. So here I have dear Annette, comma. If I had said hello, I'd say hello Annette, comma, but I'm always going to follow with a comma. All right, so after you've done a greeting, you're actually going to get into actually writing your friend or family member. So your first body paragraph. Now, we're not going to think about this as an essay necessarily. You're not going to have to be looking for a particular number of sentences or anything like that for it to be correct. But your first little paragraph that you're going to write, what you might include in that would be just some kind words or maybe some questions that you have for the recipient or the person who's going to be receiving your letter. So here I have an example. Dear Annette, it has been such a long time since I last saw you. So there's something nice. I hope you are well. Nice. How is your family? Question. How is the weather in Colorado? Question. I saw you had some real issues with fires this summer. Will you be coming back to Idaho anytime soon? Question. I would love to catch up in person, and something nice. So you can see that first paragraph is really just full of niceties and maybe questions you have for the recipient. All right. So our second body paragraph, in the second paragraph of your letter, you might include some personal news and experiences. So I have here, we've been so busy back here in Idaho, we are working on renovating our home and cleaning up the land around it. It has been quite an undertaking, but you can't help but appreciate the potential the place has. We love being mostly on our own out here. The kids love all the space to run around. So this is just kind of updating my friend on what's going on in my own life. Our third body paragraph. So for the third paragraph of your letter, it might include some shared interests, something that you guys have in common. You can discuss things that you both enjoy or suggest any recommendations. Maybe you guys are both really like to read and you've read a great book and you would like to recommend that to them. So here is my example. Next time you get out this way, we have to hit up the City of Rocks. It is our family's favorite hiking place. I know how much you and Trent love that place, and with your history with the park, I am sure you can help us find some hidden treasures. So you can see that my friend has also been to the City of Rocks and appreciates it as well. So that's why I'm having this conversation here. Maybe we could rent a year at Castle Rocks and hit up Durfee Hot Springs. Okay, so this is where I'm going to do some shared interests or maybe some recommendations. So here I recommend that we all go and spend some time there together. All right, so step 4, you kind of have a closing paragraph. Typically, this isn't a full-on paragraph like you would think of when essay writing. You're just going to finish your letter by saying your goodbyes like you might if you were on a phone call or a text. So here's an example. It's been too long and I can't wait to spend some real time with you and your family. Everyone has grown up so fast. I can't believe how time flies. So you can see that's only 2 sentences. It's not really paragraph length, but it's just some kind of closing sentences to let your friend know as they're reading the letter that this is coming to an end. I do appreciate you, so on and so forth. Okay. After you've done that closing paragraph, you're going to have a closing phrase at the end. So you can see I chose take care and it's followed by a comma. Just like the greetings, the closing is also going to be followed with a comma. Some common ones you might see are like sincerely, that's probably the most common. Warmly, best wishes, take care, love, yours, whatever you choose is fine. And then a postscript. So, typically a letter would be finished at that closing phrase, but occasionally you remember something else you want to add, a question maybe, just something you want to say. And so you're going to add a postscript. Postscript, remember, post means after, script means to write, so it's something that you're writing after the letter. We usually abbreviate this PS, and most of you are familiar with PS. You just might not have known that it means postscript. And then I might add something here. So, how is the ranch? All right, so now that we know how to write a letter, what we need to now learn how to do is how to address an envelope so that we can send it off to someone. So, here I have an example. So, whoever you're going to send it to, so let's say that I'm going to send it to our school, Paul Elementary. I have the name of our school. I have the address where the school is. Now, addresses for businesses and things are really easy to find online. For friends and family, usually you might have to contact them personally, text or phone call, to get an address from them. And then I have the city's name, a comma after the name of the city, the state abbreviation. So for Idaho or ID, you can find those online if you need to know a different state's abbreviation. And then you have a zip code, and each city has its own zip code. Now, a lot of times an address here, you would have just like a person's name and an address here. It would just be one line, and then you'd go into the city, state, and zip. This one just has two in particular. So that goes in the middle of the envelope. Up here in the left-hand corner, you will put your name, your address, like your street address, and then you're going to put your city, state, and your zip code. Okay, and then the stamp goes in your right-hand corner. And then I just thought this was interesting. I realized my own children didn't know this, so maybe you didn't either. But did you know that you can mail it from home? You don't have to go to the post office to mail a letter or find one of those blue mailboxes around town. If you already have a stamp, you can mail a letter from home. Once you have completed the letter, place it in the envelope, address the envelope, and put a stamp on, you can mail it from your home if you have a mailbox. I know some of you just do the post office, so you might not have a mailbox. What you do is you're going to take all your mail out of your mailbox. Don't leave anything in there. And you're going to place your letter inside the empty mailbox. And then you're going to raise a little flag. You guys all should have something like this on the side of your mailbox. It might look like this one, kind of triangular, or it might actually look like a little flag. You raise that up, and this lets your mail person know that there's something in there that needs to be taken to be sent away. So, this is an option for you if you'd like to write a letter. I would encourage you to take some time to actually try this out. Write a letter to a family member or a friend. Okay, I hope this helps you understand how to write a letter and how to send it to someone.